Yes, and I'm recording.
Awesome. Okay, so let me introduce myself. I'm Holistic Health Harry, and we're going to do formal with this. We tried Matt on Instagram. We got some good information there, but let's go formal a little bit. And yes, welcome, Matt. And please tell us a little bit about the start of your journey into health and all the things you're doing right now.
Yeah, so I took some psychedelics in college and realized that I was basically had a strong desire I didn't realize yet to be much healthier than I was. And so I felt like it just sort of sped up the time till I realized that I wanted to be healthy. uh, Psychedelics.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm glad that revelation came to me early in my life because it's turned into a big passion and maybe a business, and super rewarding personally and otherwise. So my latest obsession, because I sort of go through it obsession by obsession and see what sticks,
Yeah.
And a lot has stuck. But it's also interesting to see what falls away. But detox has been at the core of it. And so I've tried many detoxes, and including the basically full-on Gerson method, which is juicing and coffee enemas. And so I've been doing coffee enemas for about a year and a half now, nearly daily. They're great.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, they're great. I'm not addicted to caffeine, but there's a better detox. There is a better detox. It would be Cleanslate by the Root brand.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Cleanslate, man. I got them too. That's what we wanted. That was one of the primary things that actually I found you that ended up in a situation we'd be interviewing, wasn't it? Because I just started getting into Cleanslate, and I think you've been on a little longer than me. And I know a little bit about them, and I know, of course, my experience, which is more than knowledge. But I want to, like you, I want to understand the deeper understanding of what this the Root, the Cleanslate, and the ZeroIn a bit too. You can talk about them, man. Why'd you get involved with them? Are they powerful? What is it? Right.
Yeah, so I trust Wendy Meyer's Detox podcast on YouTube. And if I get excited by something that she posts, I try it. And I tried Cleanslate, and I basically right away got better results than any of these other detoxes, which the best detoxes that I've done, again, were the Gerson method with the juicing and everything. But I also own a sauna. In my $800 a month New York City apartment, I invested in a sauna. Near infrared by Creatrix Solutions. They're the best in terms of affordable and detox-based saunas, in my opinion. So I tried that, and I did a lot of fasting. All three of those work great: Gerson, sweating, fasting. But this can get stuff that those methods just can't. And I mentioned why I think why. I want to reiterate a new setup here.
Please, yes.
And I made a bold claim, and I saw a little bit of skepticism in your eye, maybe because you could maybe tell I'm only so sure about this. So I want to be straight with you. But my understanding is that maybe all toxins, but by far most toxins are very positively charged. I know this for sure with heavy metals and glyphosate. And mercury and glyphosate are as bad as they come. So, I'm making some assumptions from there, kind of. And I've heard this too, that most toxins are positively charged. And then also based off how this works, that basically all toxins are positively charged. And also our body has an extreme affinity for negative charged everything, which I think, I'll mention some things about here. Exclusion zone water is where the oxygen atom is stronger than the hydrogen atoms. That means the negative charge, the negative charge of the water is predominant versus the hydrogens, which are positively charged. So exclusion zone water is known as the fourth phase of water. One second. Gerald Pollack.
I've got that book too. Bro. Literally, it's next to such a good book. It's such a good guy. Yeah, great information. It's a bit confusing though, if I'm being honest. It's over my head, a lot of it.
Well, yeah, and me too. But it's like the most user friendly, So this is the best we got.
Quick caveat. I don't want to interrupt your flow, but on September I'm going to meet Gerald Pollack because the London Health Optimization Summit, and I'm near London, and I bought the tickets before it was cancelled in January. It was cancelled because of COVID. Hopefully it'll come in September, and if it doesn't matter if it gets cancelled again, it will happen. So I'm going to meet that guy. I can't wait to network with him and tell him about stuff. And by the way, interjecting again, and we'll get to this too, maybe aged urine. My thesis on aged urine, I actually noticed in my heart, bro. I know the main reason why aged urine is so powerful is because it's a uber super structured water. It's Gerald Pollack's 4th phase of water gone a million. That's the actual main mechanism. I nailed it. You nailed it too. You know it too, man. That's the actual real reason. The actual real reason why it's so powerful. Like
that is so beautiful, and it doesn't taste like.
And Gerald Pollack needs to know.
Gerald
Pollack needs to know, bro. That's why I'm going to tell him. I don't know if he's going to reject me. I don't care. I'm going to tell him to his face what the truth.
Well, if anybody should be open-minded about this, it's him. And you tell him, man. You tell him, because I think you're right. I think you're right. And here's one reason why. Water is holographic. No matter, it's not about quantity with water. It's about quality, right? So even a small amount of aged urine, because the easy water is abundant in that aged urine, the full force of the potential of highly structured water can be unleashed on an organism because through one drop of highly structured water.
Yeah, that's so true. Just one drop. Yeah, when it's really super structured.
Yep.
That ties in with that, because that to me, I don't know much difference between this and aged urine. One drop of this seems to be. I actually got a question for you. We'll get back to the cause of what's going on here, but do you think this is one drop of this is more powerful than one drop of aged urine? And by the way, when I say aged urine, we obviously know that the older it gets, more powerful. Say like, I don't know, couple of months old aged urine versus one drop versus this. What's your opinion on that? Like your experiences, the difference?
It depends.
Be honest, yeah.
It depends how you want to detox. Do you want to detox gross and heavy and intense and really feel it? Do the aged urine. Because honestly, I admit, I think holographically and homeopathically, the aged urine is more powerful one drop than one drop of clean slate. However, both, because it's in the water structure itself that you get the homeopathic benefits.
Right. Yep.
So when we're talking about one drop, it's like, the water structure, less so than the content. Although aged urine definitely has chemical content, I think your theory is more promising than a chemical shift in aging urine. I absolutely think that's the case, because the depth of water quality we're just scratching the surface of that mystery, man. It's
true.
Holographic, fractal, infinite depths, and the ability to make water coherent. Actually, I think is a decent
right. That's so true. Like there's an infinite depth, just clarify to people, there's an infinite depth of the structure of water that it can take it to. And that also ties in with the idea that we know in the aged urine community, where it seems that it's limitless in its power, because every day the aged urine gets old. And then people talk about, I've got years old, I've got a couple of years old, and it just gets darker and more powerful. And that ties in. All this, it's just the right theory, man. Like I put it in my books, and I think people like to mentally masturbate, and it's cool. Aged urine is more powerful because of the stem cells and all this other stuff. But I think it's just wrong, and I've figured it out, and I don't think a lot of people are ready for it. So I'm glad that you have the understanding to hear that message. It might be wrong, by the way, but I think it's a really good theory. Really good one.
We might be wrong, but there are other companies that are working on structuring and harmonizing and energizing and making coherent water. These companies are having a lot of success. Really amazing stuff is happening. I'm interested in a couple of these products, and I'd love to share. So what's
of course, man.
What's going to happen is those products are going to get mixed with urine therapy, and the water's just going to be like unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
But actually, I think this was my point. We're seeing a lot of miracles without adding substances to water. So there's totally
Mhm.
something there. And oh, our friend, I forget his first name, but on YouTube he's Pianon.
Pianon. Oh, you know that guy, Pianon, Omador
Yeah.
and Looper.
Mhm.
Yeah. I didn't know you know him. Yes. Yeah.
He calls
Go
it
on.
Matrix. I haven't talked to him except for YouTube comments, but he calls it Matrix water. Um, and that's
Oh, right. Cool.
holographic and structured to me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. That
dude.
guy's cool, man. I met up with him. He's a good friend of mine now. I met up with him personally, and he wrote a book. He's the one actually that inspired me to write all my books. His book, Omador and Lupa, inspired me to write because I recognized the style. It was short and to the point and no bullshit. There was
Yeah.
no fluff in it. It was a small book. So that's how I rolled with mine. I was like, cool, I got the idea from you. Nice one, bro.
Oh yeah,
Sidetrack a little bit.
the
But yeah,
covers
actually
of
want to
your
I
book.
want to keep it I want to keep it a little bit on point at the beginning, like because we want to talk about talk to us a little bit about root clean slate, because I know the people that are going to watch this, they won't have a clue what this is and why we're comparing it to age urine. Why did I just say to you compare it? What is this, bro? Like, give us an explanations for what's going on with the clean slate and ZeroIn, both of them.
The negative charge is how I wanted to connect urine with clean slate. Clean slate is clearly a liquid, but it is a full spectrum mineral substance in two ways. The key way is that it has a natural detoxifying mineral called clinoptilolite, which is under the category of zeolites, which bentonite clay is in that category as well. These are minerals that have a cage-like structure on the molecular level, so like a cage. And the molecules on the outside are very negatively charged. Now, clean slate takes very pure clinoptilolite from Arizona, USA, and so the sourcing is really good. But they then break it apart into the full range of particle sizes possible, from the absolute smallest molecule to a pretty decently large clinoptilolite cage. And that particle size is able to attach to different sized positively charged toxic molecules, from mercury to pesticides. My two main interests are mercury and glyphosate. It's because mercury is so fucking poisonous, and then glyphosate is so freaking ubiquitous and poisonous. I think those are good examples to kind of hone in on. And clean slate can bind to both of them. It's very good for heavy metals because heavy metals are some of the most positively charged toxins in our body. But I really think most toxins are positively charged, and that's why clean slate works. Negative charge.
Me too.
Full spectrum.
Yeah.
And then there's one more thing to explain clean slate, is that they just added to the formula, with zero price increase, a full spectrum of trace minerals.
Right. Yeah.
And this does something very interesting. Those trace minerals will bind to the clinoptilolite in the solution, which might sound problematic initially, because it's like, well, we wanted an empty cage structure for the toxin to, bind to. Well, it's really cool. So we have toxic binding sites in our body, or at the very least, areas where the toxins have, nestled into the body. I don't know, to call them a binding site, or they're just stuck in the gel water. I don't know. There's going to be a trade. So the clinoptilolite approaches the toxin and donates whatever mineral it was holding on to, and then trades it, because the charge of the trace mineral, the healthy trace mineral, is less than the toxin. Positively charged. So minerals are positively charged. That's why the clinoptilolite is going to bind to it. And all the healthy ones are weak enough. This is really beautiful, isn't it? They're weak enough that it'll donate and take the positive one. And this just, it's so elegant that it to me, it seems natural,
Right. So I'm a little bit confused. So go back for my sake. Maybe other people going to get this first time. So we know that the minerals, they put new trace minerals in this, which is, I thought trace minerals are negatively charged. Am I incorrect there? Like, the trace minerals.
No,
They
you might be right. You might have got me there. But I know some of them are positively charged, and the company itself did talk about how the clinoptilate is going to bind.
Yeah, right. And I think also you made a good point that this Cleanslate light would normally attract the minerals, but they're not attracting them. It's only attracting, we do know this for a fact, it's actually attracting the bad stuff in the body, like super powerfully charged positive. And I'm with you completely. They're positively charged ions and there's all the crap in the body. When I know this for a fact, and you know this for a fact, it pulls them out like an extreme magnet. I put it in my book on the aged urine. It's like these things, like it's like aged urine, man. It's like a magnet. It's a magnet. And we know that people won't want to do aged urine, don't want to do urine therapy because of stigma, trauma, bullshit, fear, programming. So do this then instead. Do this. This doesn't taste bad. This has got seawater in it too. I love it, man. Like, as soon as I started taking this, man, I'm like, whoa, this is much like aged urine to me. It's a high, bro. Do you know my honest opinion? I think I actually think sometimes it's more powerful, and I've done both, man. Like I take a drop of this and I take a drop of age. And I'm like, the age doesn't do that much in comparison. And I know age is powerful, but just like, I don't know. I really think it's more powerful. That sounds ridiculous, but I think in a way it is, man.
You might be right. And if it's all about detox, if the reason why we're doing Urine Therapy is for detox, then maybe clinoptilate is better.
That's mad.
This is just an unbelievable.
Yeah.
No, if it's for
nutrition. What did it do for you, by the way?
Sorry.
Yeah. What did you do for you? When did you start in August, September, right? With this, you started a couple of months ago with the root, the Cleanslate.
Yeah, I just got.
What did you notice when you started?
What did I notice when I started? It was a desire to keep doing it. It felt good. There was like a brain clarity. I slept better immediately. Immediately. That was great. Yeah. But because there are some detox symptoms that go along with it, it's not all fun and games. No detox ever has been all fun and games. But this one is by far the most gentle. And so one thing I noticed right away is, depending on the dose, I was either cruising and getting clearer in like a cyclical way, or I was detoxing too hard. But that helped prove that it's working. Yeah.
Exactly, bro. And by the way, you talked in the other interview, I'd like to in this one too. So we know, and you said something interesting. You said that we do urine therapy too. So this, when you take this, it makes the urine really smelly and horrible. Yeah. So you want to talk a little bit about what's going on with that, like, and your theory too?
Yeah. Well, I think I don't think this is airtight, but I think it helps speak to the logic and thinking that urine therapy has been using to talk about the kidneys. So the urine stinks when you take Cleanslate. I think that's because the kidneys are interpreting the Cleanslate as a mineral, because it is. It's a crystal, actually, and it's a rare mineral that you don't need. It just binds and it leaves. So the kidneys are like, oh, that's just like excess salt. That's just like excess potassium. We're gonna make it exit through the kidneys and the urine. Because if you're into urine therapy and you start to smell your urine on this detox, it's like, crap, toxins really do come out through the kidneys, and maybe urine therapy isn't the healthiest because of that. I actually think it's helping to prove. I think it's actually helping to prove why urine therapy, or why the kidneys don't excrete toxins, because otherwise the urine wouldn't be stinking unless the toxins were binding and covered by what looked like a salt, which is what we want to get, actually. One of the things we want to get from urine therapy.
Yeah, that's powerful what you just said there. That resonates with me. It's like, it's because it covers up, it masks, like this structure hides the toxins inside it. Exactly. Each one of them is so powerful. I wonder what it looks like under a microscope too. And when it does that, it comes out in the pee, because the body's like, oh, this is a safe, like, we know that urine's not a waste product, me and you. Majority of the stuff with the 99.9% is good. So that assumes it's good too, because it is good, but it's just got the toxins now swept up in it, which is god awful stinky. And by the way, okay, say that we are wrong. I don't think you are wrong, by the way. But say you are wrong. The proof what you just said, there's definite proof that this is working alone because of the smell. So it's taking out a hell of a load of shit. So that's proof of the power. Like, you go and drink your urine, or even, you said in the last interview, you said you don't even to drink it, smell it. You can smell the drugs coming out. You smell the poisons coming out when you pee, when you're on this. That's testament to the power of this little bottle, like a couple of drops. That's crazy.
People don't notice what Clean Slate is doing to them. Their skin gets better, their hair gets better, their deep sleep, if they actually took the numbers, gets better. It's so fucking gentle that you're like, this can't be a detox. This can't be. Yeah. So I encourage people.
True. And I find people
take too much and freak out about it and realize that it's working.
Hey, I like that, because a lot of people say go slow, but I like that idea. Like, sometimes you need to freak out, do too much, go into heavy detox to realize the power. Because I'm with you. A lot of people don't recognize the medicine when it works. They really need some shake up. They need something, like, I don't know what people expect when they get into this health game, but they don't see the truth of how things are improving. Like you said, your hair, your fingernails are getting stronger. You've got more energy. You're sleeping better. They don't even notice that stuff. That's weird, isn't it? Like, because me and you, like,
I think something to do with the ego doesn't want to see it.
Right. The ego won't let you see the power of this bottle. Won't let you see it, man.
What this speaks to, in terms of the depth of like personality change, emotion change, is that who I am is poisoned. Like deep emotional issues are relating to environmental toxins. That's fucked up to the ego in multiple ways. Number one, I think chiefly, is that my emotions, my deepest feelings are influenced by my environment. So can I say that's me as a separate ego self? No. So mechanically, it reveals that we are one with the environment, and that we aren't such islands of individuality, which, in a very visceral way screws with the ego's mindset. But then there's a more felt level, which is, oh, I thought I really had that negative emotion. I can't believe I just detoxed with a mineral. Like, what the fuck? And like, that's, I think all of the therapies that we do, I think, so tie into spirituality, because it's this surrender of the sense of personal doership in terms of my emotional state. I realize that, I'm just a collection of conditioning and pollution. Fuck.
Yeah, that's true. People don't realize the power of physical health detox protocols to remove trauma. I'm reminded of the fact that when I did yoga, and I see posts on Facebook, people saying that when they do yoga stretching, get back into it, they release memories from childhood come back. Some people start crying when they get massaged. There's so much trauma in the body, man. And this isn't the only thing, man. Even urine therapy is not the only thing. But my God, there are some things there that are of more value for money than a lot of others. Because I think do you touch base in this one or the other one we just done? There's some things that we try out that just cost a lot of money and they don't seem to work as effectively. There's some things we try out that are cheap and seem to do 10 times more and this is one of them, man. Like, this is just one of them that it's just not expensive for what it is. It's value for money. It's not the only thing, by far. By the way, do you want to talk about ZeroIn? I've not tried ZeroIn, bro. I bought it now, the Valentine's pack, but it's coming. But
well, that's
actually
my goal for this interview, because it sounds like you're on board with Clean Slate, so that's wonderful. And I think you're going to help a lot of people, because you have a voice. It's wonderful. ZeroIn, I wanted to convert you to ZeroIn as well. That's one of my goals for the interview.
Cool.
Yeah, nice. But you're right about it. Direct experience, right? You just got to try it for yourself. But I can tell you about it. I can try. It's not like a drug where you get high. It's not. It's much deeper than that. Much deeper than that. It's facilitating a structural change, in my opinion. They don't say this. Dr. Christina Rahm, who formulated both of these products. What she'll say is that it takes about 12 weeks for this to really hit its stride, hit its maximum potential. So let's say you take 2 in the morning, 4 a day is recommended, right? But I do 2 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, and 1 at night. And I've been doing that for probably only a month total and kind of split up. I feel a structural change, meaning the only proof I have for that is that when I stop taking it, my sense of neurotransmitter balance is improved.
When you stop taking it, not during it.
It's maintained.
Is that correct?
Improvement. Yeah.
Maintain improvement. What does it feel like? Does it feel like your brain, like you're more present, your brain is high, you're more balanced inside your body and brain?
I tried to
More
say
peaceful?
this in the other interview, like right off the bat. I'm so excited about this. It's like a very difficult to describe. So yeah, I'm glad we got into it this way.
Yeah, of course.
So I think the creme of the psychedelic or happiness experience in general, and that's a very big statement, but it's the collapse of the sense of separation. The collapse.
So the collapse of what?
The collapse
of sense of separation.
Correct. Which I think is inherent in awareness itself. This drug gave, at a high enough dose, especially your first time, gave me the sense of this presence of absence. It gave me that very particular but core to all happy experiences, all psychedelic experiences, of the emptiness and non-dual nature, meaning not two, no me and other, nature of awareness itself. That shining emptiness.
Yeah, I hear you. What's inside it? I'm not even sure, to be honest. I've heard serotonin and dopamine. Is that correct? I'm not sure the ingredients and what is it? What is it doing?
Great. I'm having such a good time. Thanks for asking the good questions. So ZeroIn is a combination of 5 ingredients and 2 catalysts. So it's really about the chemistry, like a baking recipe, of the combo of these things. Because the ingredients themselves don't sound impressive. But it's really amazing what they do together. So I can do it mostly off the top of my head. So we have vitamin D3. We have anhydrous caffeine, which is a particular type of caffeine. And this particular type of caffeine is especially a catalyst. And so only those two, only the D3 and the anhydrous caffeine act as the catalyst for what the 5 main ingredients do. The 5 main ingredients are some amino acids, which are building blocks for neurotransmitters. Which, I used to be like vegetarian, and I'm not anymore. And I think I feel a little bit of, I eat grass-fed or whatever, but I think I can feel some like neurotransmitter support from eating protein. So there's some amino acids that are at building blocks for neurotransmitters in ZeroIn. And then you have pine bark extract, which is a very broad spectrum, lot of stuff in that plant sort of thing that but it has L-dopa in it, which is the precursor for dopamine. And I think the presence of the plant stimulates the dopamine. And then velvet bean seed extract, which I have no idea what the hell that's doing, but I believe that has something to do with the serotonin. Yeah.
All right. So the serotonin, the dopamine, but like you said at the beginning, and that's really important, they're not just individual products. They're working in synergy with one another to magnify the benefits, to wake your brain up effectively, because you're saying it's something like that. It's like a massive brain wake up. By the way, so Clayton messaged me and said, Harry, you need to, because I did a post on Facebook and it got a lot of traction, and he was like, you need to do, but it wasn't promoting his products. He said, you need to try dope. Oh, I know what it was, sleep masks. I was spraying sleep masks. He said, Harry, mate, do me a favor. You need to try, not Cleanslate, ZeroIn before you go to bed with the sleep mask. And I was like, that's cool. I'm pretty sure it's going to work. But what you just said just made me think it's got caffeine in it. Does that not affect the sleep, the caffeine in the ZeroIn?
Again,
I know caffeine affects sleep big time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You're asking all the right questions. This caffeine is specific and not as stimulating. But you do feel it. So you do get a caffeine stimulation. So wouldn't that totally screw up the sleep? The answer is just somehow no,
Yeah.
it doesn't.
It doesn't.
When it's in
Wow.
very tight formulation, it actually promotes whatever part of the rhythm you're in. I take it in the morning, I'm on, with my morning cortisol spike. And if I take it in the afternoon, I get through the afternoon slump better. And then if I take one pill at night, okay, if you take more than one pill, you might stay up, but one pill and then go to sleep within even a half an hour, and I think you'll be able to get to sleep. And then a lot of people report sleeping much better.
I like that, bro. Yeah, it seems like the Limitless pill. It's reminding me when you said that of a Limitless pill. It's our legal version of the Limitless pill. You take that, drop it 2 in the morning, you're like, oof, my brain is on.
Yes,
I'm with a clean slate. I know this is powerful, but with the ZeroIn, I can imagine.
Well, there's something, some examples I want to bring up here about what people experience when they first start taking ZeroIn. Most people are so toxic.
Please do, man.
Most people, thanks. Most people are so toxic, and their neurotransmitter system is just not working. I mean, that's a fair statement. It's just not working as well as it could, right? That it takes a while for your body to start to be able to use this with noticeable results. And so that speaks to actually the clean slate, because I was detoxing a lot before I started taking ZeroIn. And then I start taking ZeroIn and I'm high. I'm straight high first time.
Right.
That's not most people's experience by a lot.
So most people are doing ZeroIn without the clean slate. Is that what you're saying? A lot of people do that ZeroIn and they're not ready for it. I'm resonating with what you're saying, by the way.
No.
So they're taking it.
They're so toxic, even if they've been taking the the clean slate.
Clean slate.
First. Then they're still not feeling it like they should right away.
Right, I'm with you.
So damn toxic.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, I know what you mean, man. So this is like infinite levels of depth with the ZeroIn. It should be activating at a much higher level. It works with whatever vibration someone's at, but people complain about it not doing what it does because they're so toxic, even if they are on this. And by the way, that ties in what you said about the lady with the 12 weeks benefits. Maybe she said that the founder or the who made it, the pattern and stuff, maybe because she's thinking of average people. I don't think me and you, and to be honest, a lot of people watching this too, are going to watch this, are going to be average people. So you won't take 12 weeks to get the benefits from it. Exactly.
All that's
man. It's sick though. I can't wait to try the ZeroIn, man. Like I got the package going. I'm obsessed. I think it's amazing. This product. I think it's well worth the money, man. Like Jesus Christ, that's a bargain price for it. And it's got. You could also sign people up and get people under you, and you can make money from it too. Like it's a real quality. Do you know Sandy, by the way? He's the one that got me involved in it. Sandy Gold. Wonder if you do. Yeah, he's got me into it. He's a good guy. He's a really good guy. He's saved his mum. His mum died in January through doctors' medical mistakes and hospitals and shit. And he got in it. And yeah, man, he's been banging on for a long time to me, and I only got involved with it. He actually sent me a free bottle. To get me started. And I was like, okay, I'll just try it. And I knew it was powerful before I tried it. And I was like, whoa, it's really good, man.
Well, you're gonna feel it, right? Because you've been detoxing. So he was like, if I send it to him, he'll get it. Because I've sent it to a lot of people, and it's just kind of they forgot about it. It's a little bit.
It's crazy how people do that. It's crazy how people you can give them like this powerful shit, and they don't even. Some don't care to take the time. When they do, they don't even notice the difference. I'm like, whoa, you're so toxic that you don't. It's not doing that. It is doing a lot, but. I know what you mean, man. You need to open up the channels to really experience them. Because as soon as I drop this, something happens in my brain. This is just clean slate. My brain goes like, ooh, whoa. Like just one drop. I do a couple of drops and like, whoa. It's crazy. Yeah. Might as well take some too now, man. How much do you take a day, by the way? I know it's supposed to be 5 daily. Is that correct?
10 drops in the morning. 10 drops in the evening.
You do 10 drops in the morning?
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. Work your way up.
And that's it? Well, that's a lot, though.
Yeah. Clayton talked about this on the call earlier today. This stuff, like you're talking about with the aged Orin, I think it has and Clayton has a homeopathic effect. So one drop is more powerful. The power in that one drop is more than the power in the second drop. Does that make sense, right? Because it's
Wait, what are you talking about? This one?
Yeah.
You're talking about this one, or the age? This one? You're saying there's more power in the first drop than the second drop. Is that correct? What I heard you say?
Yeah, because it is about dose, but not entirely. Not entirely, because of something called the pet cow effect, which shows that because our body works holographically, and the definition of a hologram is something where you can take any part of that hologram and generate the entire hologram from it. That's actually the definition of a hologram. Any part can be used to create the whole.
The whole.
So because the body gets information from whatever touches it, the information of the clinoptilolite tells the body to detox in a way that is like taking a lot of clinoptilolite. So it's like, do we even homeopathy is just so cool because we get these really profound effects that are almost exactly like taking a compound without the compound.
Yeah, that's deep, man. I've always been interested in homeopathy and never really understood it fully, but do 100% believe I've always been like that, and I know it's true. So like with next to nothing, you're mimicking like a product that's much bigger than that. It's acting like a much more bigger product than what it actually is with one drop. That's really simple. I said there. Like,
there's two things that are important for that. I think one is you need a human body or a biological body that is able to interpret information from, honestly, I think it's in the water, so the clinoptilolite has been hanging out in this water, and that water has the clinoptilolite information in it, and that anyway, basically that information in that water is the homeopathic dose. So instead of the clinoptilolite in low dose being the homeopathic dose of clinoptilolite, it's actually the water that's been hanging out with the clinoptilolite that makes the homeopathic effect happen.
Right, and is that the water that's when you pick up the clinoptilolite from the caves or wherever it comes from? You talk about the water next to it that's in this, or just around it that somehow's got the signature in?
Yeah, so
I'm trying to understand it.
Exactly, it's in water solution. Yep.
Oh, and it's in this water solution is part of the deal when it was picked up from the same place as the clinoptilolite, or they're different sources mixed together?
Well, they're adding really high quality, like clean water to this as a way to just like carry the clinoptilolite, right?
Right, and even concentrated seawater, isn't it? That's the new one. Like tastes like seawater to me.
They I think more mechanically than took seawater, added trace minerals in, so you get the taste of the sea. Also vitamin C, which improves improves cell permeability, and vitamin C is just amazing. So that's what's in this: vitamin C, trace minerals, clinoptilolite, and water.
Yep. But it's important to emphasize that go on.
I think the homeopathy is all to do with the water. I really do. And the quality of the homeopathy is based off of the depth of the coherence, structured, easy water. And
it's all about that, isn't it? It's about the water. It's coming back to the water again. Like the power of the water is what does everything in this world, and it just ties in with everything I've ever learned with the urine too. That it just makes so much sense. It's all about the water, man. And Jared Pollock's really go on.
we don't have to entirely ignore, because I so love your theory, bro, about the aged urine being highly structured water. I'm like, yes, why am I getting
super? I call it. Yeah. Superstructured water. Yeah.
Superstructured water. I heard you actually say that on a YouTube video a while ago with maybe Brother Sage.
Did you?
And I was turned on about it then. But I'm getting a homeopathic response from a dose, from one drop of aged urine, not like a compound-based response. It's way bigger than a compound-based response. The information that is in that water is the urine compound information. Right? So we need the contents of the urine for the aged urine homeopathy, which is just based off the water, to work.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
So you're going to get something different with highly structured water that isn't urine and highly structured urine.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to get something different because of the information that is in that structured water.
Yeah. That's fascinating, bro. Do you want to talk to people about quickly about the urine? Like, how did you get involved in urine therapy, man? We know it's magical, me and you, but just share with us your experiences. How did you get involved like with this beautiful therapy, man?
Yeah, I saw Pianon on YouTube. I forget how I found him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, something came over me and told me, because I don't even remember. It must have been in a state.
How long ago was it? How long ago are you talking about? When did you start? Because you're quite young. You're 25, isn't it?
Yeah. 2 years ago or less. Yeah.
Wow. Crazy, man. And you just took to it with a fresh urine. I'm guessing. How do you find the aged urine? That's another level, man. That's a different one. Most people just don't know about the age. You know about the fresh.
Yeah, Brother Sage is great information about sort of all the other ancillary stuff you can do with the urine. Brother Sage talks a lot about that. I read his book, and he just came out with a new one. Then there was the one with all the case studies from like the late 1800s. Golden.
That's right. Your Own Perfect Medicine. Talk about Your Own Perfect. Oh, is it Golden Fountain? Is it? Or Your Own Perfect Medicine? No. That's got studies too.
Yeah, I forget, but it was the main one from that people reference. Oh, I kind of interrupted you a little bit ago, but that's because I freaking love what you're thinking about the. I just want to repeat this because I think your theory about aged urine becoming ultra structured water is not bad news. It's not bad news for urine therapy because it kind of sounds like, oh, it's about the water and it's not about the chemical content. But because that, I'm repeating myself, but because that structured water is what's so amazing about it is that it's able to pick up healthy information. Water's intelligent.
Yep.
So it should be able to pick up all kinds of information, but it doesn't.
Right. And how about this? I know because that's the reason why I think that people haven't picked up on my theory too much, because people was like saying it's the stem. We know it's got amazing things in it that I can't discount: vitamins, minerals, hormones, enzymes. There's what do you call it? Alkalinity goes up for a fact. It starts a bit acidy and it goes alkaline as fuck. So I know it's going to upset people, but actually, what if this? Because I don't still understand. Look, I know for a fact, man, it's the uber super structured water, and it's getting more structured each day it gets older. But here's the thing: those chemicals that we are discounting, the stem cells, the hormones, vitamins, what is it? What if it's them that's making it uber super structured? Because I don't understand, if I'm being honest, bro, what is actually making it structured. Because get this, according to Gerald Pollack's 4 phase of water, what he found, Gerald Pollack, was water can become more structured. Yeah, from that book, water can become more structured with sunlight. So infrared, he found, the red light therapy is the one, he said, infrared, that makes it more structured. But here's the thing with aged urine: we can keep our aged urine in the dark with a lid closed, no infrared, and it still ages anyway. So I want to know what is actually making aged urine. And what I think I don't know, this is general broad spectrum, but I think what's making it aged is the chemicals, the vitamins, the hormones, the minerals, the enzymes. The fact that it's got all that magnificent thing in it is making it uber super structured. So I'm not even insulting the stem cells, the hormones. I'm saying that's the reason why. There's something in there that's making it. I'd love to know. Please, science, tell me what is making it uber super structured by itself without infrared. I have no idea.
I have it, dude. It's a shot in the dark, but I think I have.
Oh, tell me, man.
These compounds have produced biophotons. That's the connection to near infrared.
Biophotons, man.
That's the connection to this book.
Oh, yeah. Biophotons, man. Yeah. I need to research that more, man. That makes sense. That resonates.
Show you something.
Because, it's just... Yeah.
This is Greenfield Naturals water and mineral stick that is supposed to just radiate. Radiating goodness. There's no holes in it.
Right.
It's just I sit it next to water, and the water picks up on its good vibes. They take pictures of it, and it's literally light in some spectrum. There's literally light being emanated from these water minerals. So there's literally light being emanated from your aged urine more and more and more every day. And that light like Gerald Pollack is saying,
Yeah.
near infrared in particular helps to create EZ water, aka structured water. That light, maybe from the minerals produced by our body, is.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Bro, that's it. So biophotons in the minerals, the light produced by the minerals, and because we know that urine has so many minerals in it, it doesn't matter how healthy you are. Every fresh urine, which becomes aged, but it starts as fresh, everyone's got so many minerals going on in their bodies, despite whatever health you think you've got. Like you've always got loads going on in excess. That minerals you're saying is to be of biophotons that creates the uber superstructured effect. That makes complete sense, bro. And you know what I know as well? So I've got to go with your theory. I love it. This normal distilled water I mess about with, and I'm sure you've probably had it in the past too, or maybe now. Normal distilled water. What I do is right, perfect, and that's good too. Now we know that we can structure that, so I put it outside, and especially during sunrise, sunset when the red lights are going on. And I've messed about with that, and I've felt much different. I felt the structure of distilled water go up every time I leave it outside in the sunlight, especially sunrise, sunset. But here's the thing. No matter how long I leave it outside in sunlight, it gets stronger, but it never gets to the power of aged urine. Now, is that because the aged urine has the minerals in it, the more biophotons that are making uber super structured, and the distilled water we know has nothing in it, it's 0 ppm. So therefore, there's a limit. What I'm saying is there's a limit to how structured water can get when there's a lack of minerals. With your thesis, and I forgot that I was thinking along the lines of you too. The mineral content was actually what makes the uber superstructure effect of the urine, the water, powerful. So when we take distilled water with no minerals, it has a limit to how high it can go. But when you've got loads of minerals in there, there is no limit because there's loads of minerals. Like, and that's, I actually think we've nailed it, man. I actually think we have. I know it sounds like an ego trip here.
I have.
I think we have.
Let me bring it back to a Nobel laureate real quick, okay? Let's get it out of the realm of ego, which I don't think we're in the realm of ego, man. I think we're right on it. So okay, the Nobel laureate Luc Montagnier discovered the property of coherent domains in water, and that helps explain how water collects information, although it's still quite a mysterious phenomenon. But this is, I think, a decent explanation of coherent domains. You have minerals, substances dissolved in water, but also the water molecules themselves, that when they come in contact with an electromagnetic signature of a very low, slow, but also low amplitude quality, those are picked up, those electromagnetic waves, just like Hertzian waves, man, that are, but also probably other kinds of waves. But we can prove electromagnetic resonance from, let me go with the experiment that Luc Montagnier did. Let me just go talk through that experiment, because I want to nail this. He took DNA and dissolved it in a tube of water. He then diluted that out. He did so many dilutions that there was no more DNA in that water. But then they put a very sensitive audio recording device, a microphone, next to that water, and heard the electromagnetic signature of the DNA resonate.
That had not been in there.
That had not been in there.
Right.
They heard it. But it gets
What's
better.
going on there? It's been completely removed.
Yeah, so the water had absorbed the electromagnetic sound of the DNA. Then what they did was they put the amino acid building blocks of DNA in another tube of water and played the frickin' sound like out of speaker. I think they put it in a coil and then shot the electromagnetic signature of the DNA in there. And the water reconstructed the DNA that was in the original dilution. Okay.
No way.
Yes way. A Nobel Prize winner did that.
That's powerful, that. The power of the water to absorb energies, to absorb frequencies, even though it's not in the water anymore, that substrate. Yeah, that's a messing with the mind, man. That's the power of the water to hold. It It's like Emoto's done that, hasn't he? He's made it famous. He's the guy that's made it famous with the mainstream, with the water holds memory. It holds everything, man.
Yeah,
It
that's
holds it, even though it might
yeah.
not seem like
It's totally subtle and very mysterious, but it does.
yeah.
Two more thoughts that are, this is such a thick
Yes,
conversation.
please share. Yeah.
Because you're like, how does the water become more structured when like it's being exposed to light when it's in the closet?
Yeah.
I'm talking about urine.
Right, in the dark. Yeah.
Well, yeah, so that might relate to biophotons, or
It's got to. That resonates with me. It's the minerals that I know. Because I'm here before. You just reminded me of it. It's the minerals that create. It's not the light that creates the structure when it's in the dark. It can't be, because there's no light there. So it's the minerals that are doing it. And yeah, minerals do emit their own light. It could be that, or it could be. It's just definitely the minerals. It's definitely that creates the structure. Whether it's the biophotons or something else, it might be that, man. But it's just it does go. It just ages, man. And you can put it closed lid, open lid. You can do whatever, man. There's no dogma on my side with urine therapy. I just pee in a bottle and close the lid, and plastic bottle too, man. And it seems to work powerfully. Jesus Christ.
These compounds emit various kinds of information. They seem to have all compounds in water have a very subtle electromagnetic signature, which is different than biophotons. This relates to what I was mentioning earlier. The structured water is able to receive the information, but there's most likely a co-occurrence happening here, where if the information itself might structure. I'm less sure about that. There's an interview I want to send you to, link you to. You know Dr. Tom Cowan?
I do, yeah. Thomas Cowan, yep.
He had on BitChute, that's where I find his stuff. There's other channels. He had a recent interview with a guy who invented AI. He literally invented AI. He's now working on water.
Right.
Water's that amazing.
Yeah.
He is with a company called Analemma, and they sell a stick of water, fairly delicate, thin, like quartz glass stick of water that you stir. That they take 3 years to make extremely coherent structured water, and they give you a little bit of that in a stick, and you stir your water with it, and all the water becomes structured like instantly. And they're getting crazy results.
I love that. I love what technologies are coming out, bro, with the water. I think that's a huge field of study, like this real special water and structure. It all comes back to the power of water and how structured and how structured you can get it, man. These things are wonderful, because like there's going to be people that are going to pay money for that, and that's good for them. And I love that. And I wish I had that amount of money, but that's the reason why I push the free stuff, the aged urine, is because that's the free stuff. That's the ones where we know we can access everyone. But I'm half and half, man. I like technologies too. I really do like, and I wish to earn more income in the future, and I will, so I can buy these technologies and help people, because there is such thing, I believe, nowadays as buying health if you know the right products. I think we talked about that earlier, didn't we? You said that like, there's stuff you can buy that's bullshit, but there's stuff that's expensive that you could buy that's fucking powerful, man. Like for real, like that stuff probably is, man. The water, like it's a huge topic.
Well, we should find stuff that works homeopathically. So one drop is a very powerful experience. Cleanslate works
even better. Well, there we go.
Yeah,
I was gonna say exactly. By the way, I want to I noticed something when I started into you, and I want to get to it at some point, and now's a good time. Like your hat is the same hat that I've got, bro. It's Lamb's, isn't it? Lamb's EMF foolproof hat.
Same with the shirt.
Bro, they are so fucking powerful, man. Oh, you got a shirt too. Jesus, man. You know what? Where'd you get? Who sent you to them? I'm curious. Who did you? Was it Biohacker or someone? I'm guessing.
Well, I got it.
Who sent you that way?
A long time ago. Nobody sent it to me. I find all my own shit, bro.
Oh, nice. I got sent it by Luke Story. I don't know if you know him. He's a cool dude on the podcast.
Yeah, dude.
I bought them, and he's
awesome,
quality, Luke Story. I fucking love that guy. But yeah, man. I bought the hat, that same color hat as you got. And as soon as I put it on, my breath slowed down, and I knew it was legit. I was like, oh, I feel different. My brain feels high. And when I was in Portugal last year, I was wearing that non-stop, that hat, man, just apart from sleep. And I was just wearing that hat because it's so powerful. People have no idea the power. You get the right EMF protective clothes. It's something else, man. It really is.
Man, this conversation has got me just totally like blissed out in my head. I'm overwhelmed, man. This is so many great topics all at once. But you know, I think people who
Yeah,
resonate with vibrations of any kind are more interested in EMF protection. They're more sensitive. But one way to lower your sensitivity is to detox from heavy metals, because I think it's true that the heavy metals act as a little receiver for the fucking
yep,
millimeter waves. Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
It's true, and it's why we don't notice as much the because me and you are being bombarded just like everyone else, the same amount of Wi-Fi, the same amount of EMS everywhere, but I don't notice it anymore. And I remember getting seriously affected when I was on a laptop for an hour or two. I was exhausted, and that's linked in with what you said. Heavy metals, also toxins. The more heavy metals and toxins and poisons and glyphosate and all this crap that you keeps in your body, the more you become a vibrator, I guess, for the EMFs, and they sink you down. Whereas you can like become a little bit bulletproof, our version of bulletproof, not completely because we're not immune to it, but I mean, we just don't get affected by it as much because we're on. So our body's clean. We cleaned up our body. We're doing the shit, man. We're doing the fasting. Like you said earlier, the clean rate, the aged urine, the whatever you do, man. Like I agree, and that stuff makes a massive difference. That shirt, it really does. Every time I put a shirt on, my breast goes down even more.
Yeah, dude.
Right, it's true, man.
I had this like, I'm not crazy experience when I put this hat on.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, your breast slowed down.
Yeah. I do want to leave you with an opportunity to anything we didn't touch base with, like particularly some of the stuff anything we didn't touch base with, any protocols that you do that are different to Cleanslate, different to the urine therapy.
You know, let me show you the one that really would help educate people about the power of information in water. It's called infopathy.
Yeah.
And let me show you the transfer plate.
Yeah, sure, man.
There's a little transfer plate.
Right. Okay.
Put the water on it, and it shoots electromagnetic, very subtle frequencies into the water. From a library, from an online library of infoceuticals, that is over 1,400 different entries.
Right. Okay.
So there's a homeopathic library on the internet, and you can have full access to it for like $100 a year subscription. 1,400.
Is that Limbic Arc? Well, which one are you talking about? It's not Limbic Arc, is it? Surely not.
It's called infopathy. Yeah.
Infopathy. Okay. Okay. Cool. Cool.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, I haven't heard of Limbic Arc. What's that?
That's the same. That's a very similar thing, but not with the water. It's with you get the information from a nutrition database by looking at a screen, pressing the right buttons. You get the zinc, you get the magnesium, you get this is all the things that would freak other people out. Technology is so amazing now, man. And this is it called radionics, all this stuff? I don't even know what it's called, but yeah, you're saying you can get from that charger, you can put minerals in infoceuticals. But you can do with your charger, you can get like you can ask for zinc to go into your water. You're saying with that, you press the buttons on the library of infinite potential and say, I can have mushrooms, I can have, I don't know, something like that. That's mad. And I believe that. I know that's true. I know that's true. That's messed up if you're coming from a mainstream perspective. They're like, that's bullshit. But no, man, that's crazy. It's true though.
And I think one thing worth reiterating on my end is that they did that experiment where if they had the building blocks for the DNA in the water, and then they played the DNA frequency, those building blocks, thanks to the intelligence of the water, form into the DNA, the actual compound.
Right.
So our body is swimming with building blocks. We're tons of different potentials. Just you need the information, and then you can form zinc from. I mean, maybe I don't like for minerals. It's like a single molecule. So like, like you take. But I mean, at least with these compounds, this makes sense to me. It's like, well, I might have amino acids for this or that. That then the information, I drink it, and then my body forms a compound. That's one idea. The other idea is just the information itself triggers the reaction to the compound as if the compound is present, even though no compound is formed. But both, I think I think both do operate, where you actually get some actual creation of a compound without eating it, without buying it, right? You know?
That's the future. What you just said there is the future. You don't need to eat it, ingest it, and yet the information's being transferred into your system without you actually eating it. That's the actual future of how I see medicine. And I know that a lot of people watching this, even people watching this, and definitely in the mainstream, will never believe that. And that's so. Well, I say never believe. It's too much of a mind fuck to even understand, like to even believe, let alone understand that what's going on with that stuff.
Cheers.
It messes about people.
May it be so.
Cheers, man.
People need this.
Yeah, right. Quickly, how much is that? The infoceuticals. You say £100 a month, but and how much is the charging thing? I guess it's a one-off thing. No.
The subscription is $100 a year, not a month, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then this is
a month. Oh, a year. Sorry.
Yeah, a year. This is 175 one-off.
Okay, so that's not a lot then. 275 a year, really, and that's one-off. No, so even less really, because you don't need to buy every year that thing, do you? You got it for a life, I guess.
Yep.
That's really cheap. Do you want to? I know you're going to say yes, but do you feel much of a difference with when you drink it? When you got all those minerals and stuff going on in there?
Yes, sir. It is especially good with minerals in it, which is again proof about the amazingness of the structured water in the Urine, bro. There's so many freaking pieces of evidence for that theory, man. You tell that to Paula.
Yeah, exactly. I will. I'll be proudly. You should come, bro. You should come. You're welcome to come. It's in September. Like you can buy tickets. The thing is $200, $300 for a ticket, I think.
I need to make money off of Root first, yeah?
Me and you both, bro. Yeah, it's been an absolute pleasure, man, having you on. I really appreciate it, and is there any last message you want to give to people quickly? And also any channels that you have, like on YouTube, Instagram, do you want to direct people to your stuff?
I don't oh yeah, I have a distance healing Reiki service that people are enjoying. I need a better URL for it. I would shoot the URL at you right now, but it's Matt Senna Distance Healing, Senna Distance Healing.
We'll put it at the end. We'll put it in the links.
Oh, thank you.
We'll put the links up for that.
Do a half an hour session for $24, and it's like really cool sometimes. Although it's always helping, even if you don't feel it, but people feel it. And at the bottom of that website is my curated list of products that help me and that I love, including all this.
Yeah, I like that, bro. Including everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So do you know what, man? This has been absolutely fascinating. I'd love to do a part 2 with you too. I really appreciate you jumping on and we're having a steady connection on the Zoom. So this has been awesome, bro. We should connect more in the future, and I look forward to your growth in Root and all the stuff you're learning, man. Like we could even do a mini series of your knowledge, because I know that you've got a lot. And I was over the head some of the stuff you said. You know, it really was. But I know that it's true. I need to go back and get to that level where I'm studying up on the water, so I can really go fully deep with what you're saying, man. But I'm sure other people watching this were like, yes. He's on it, man.
I haven't even read all this yet, so I'm going to read this, and then there's 2 more books on water.
Yeah, bring them. Yep. Okay, that's the Thomas Cowan one, isn't it? Yeah, yeah. Thomas Cowan.
Yeah,
that's on water, is it?
Well, this one's more about water.
Right, cancer. Oh, yeah. He did a book on water. Yeah, he did that. I was meant to buy that. So have you read that and saying it's good?
No, I'm about to read all 3 of these. So like, I'm going to read these.
Right.
You're like, well, let's edit some of our talking points a little bit. Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah, bro. I'm looking. When you finish reading them, hit me up, man. We could definitely do another one on that. I'd love to. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. I'm so happy, dude.
Awesome.
Really appreciate this.
Yeah. Thanks for the connection, man. I really appreciate it too. So appreciate it, man.
Well, we'll talk soon.
Yeah. Take it easy, man. Peace. Have a lovely day. It's evening here. So bye, man. Bye, bro.